All right, let's talk about the passive voice. And I know what you might be thinking, dusty old grammar rules, right? But what if I told you it's not a mistake your English teacher used to circle, but actually a secret weapon for communication? Well, let's get into it. You've heard a sentence like this 1,000 times. My bicycle was stolen last week. And, on the surface, it's pretty straightforward. But if you look a little closer, there's actually a mini mystery hiding in there. We know what happened, but a huge piece of the puzzle is just gone. Exactly. Who stole it? The sentence isn't saying, and that's not an accident. Is it because the speaker has no clue who did it? Or are they hiding something? Well, that right there is the entire point of the passive voice. It's a strategic choice you make about what to put in the spotlight and what to leave in the shadows. Okay, so how do you get a handle on this? Well, the great news is you don't have to memorize a ton of confusing rules. There is really just one core concept you need to understand, and once you get it, everything else just clicks into place. And it all comes down to something called a transitive verb. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually really simple. A transitive verb is just an action that has to be done to something. Think about it. You can't just kick. You have to kick something. A ball, a can, whatever. That something is the object, and it's the key to the whole thing. And this chart makes it crystal clear. Over on the left, someone broke the window. The action broke is happening to the window. So we can flip it around. The window was broken. Perfect. But now look at the right side. Sarah runs home. She isn't doing the action to the home. Home is just where she's going. There's no object, so you can't say home is run. It just sounds wrong, right? Because it is. So now we know how it works mechanically. But the real fun, the real power, comes from knowing why and when to actually use it. And there are basically three main strategies for pulling this off. These are the big three. Either you don't know who did it, you're talking about a process where the what is more important than the who, or, and this is a good one, you're deliberately trying not to point any fingers. So, let's look at strategy one, the mystery perpetrator. In a sentence like, Jin's car has been broken into, the focus is all on Jin and his poor car. We have no idea who the thief is, so why would we mention them? The passive voice is absolutely perfect for this kind of situation. Next up, describing a process. You see this all the time in scientific reports or news updates. The vaccine was delivered to 500 health centers. Now, is the name of the delivery driver important to this story? Not really. The important facts are the vaccine and where it ended up. The process is the star of this show. And, here it is, the most famous or maybe infamous use of the passive voice. You hear this from politicians, from CEOs. Mistakes were made. By who exactly? The sentence conveniently doesn't tell us. It acknowledges that something went wrong, but nobody has to take the blame. It's an incredibly powerful and, sometimes a pretty sneaky tactic. Okay, time for a quick pop quiz to see if you're with me. We have an active sentence here. This cat meme, and the verb is share. So who shared it? Well, a million different people, right? We have no idea who they all are. So take a second. How would you flip this sentence around? Remember, the focus shouldn't be on the millions of people. The focus is the meme itself. What happened to the cat meme? Boom, there it is. This cat meme has been shared. See, we don't care about every single person who clicked the share button. The real hero of this sentence is the meme. And what's wild is how completely natural that sounds. You've probably read 100 sentences just like it today. Okay, so we've been talking about the formal way to do this, using verbs like was or has been. But what about how people actually talk every day? Well, there's a more casual, informal version we use all the time, probably without even noticing. It's the get passive. And just look at the difference in feeling here. Linda was fired sounds like it came from an HR report. But Linda got fired? That sounds like office gossip. Same information, totally different vibe. Or think of a movie villain saying, "You will be caught," versus your friend warning you, "Man, you'll get caught." All right, let's give this a shot. One more quick test. We have our active sentence. Natasha broke an expensive vase. Oh no, poor Natasha, and especially poor vase. So imagine you're telling this story to a friend. You want to focus on the tragic fate of this vase. How would you say it using the word get? And there we go. An expensive vase stopped broken. It just sounds more natural, doesn't it? It puts the spotlight on the event itself, and it shifts the focus just a little bit away from Natasha. It's the perfect way to use that informal passive. Wow, okay, so we've gone from stolen bikes to broken vases, from formal reports to just casual chat. Let's wrap this all up with the single most important idea you should walk away with.
So if you remember only one thing, let it be this. Using the passive voice isn't about getting grammar right or wrong. It's about making a strategic choice. It's about you, as the speaker or the writer, getting to be the director of your sentence and deciding who or what gets the spotlight.
So now you're in on the secret, and I guarantee you're going to start seeing this everywhere in news headlines, in your emails from work, maybe even in your own texts. The mystery is solved. The secret weapon is officially yours. So, what are you going to do with it?